Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Now he'll let it go deep, right? And this is taken in at the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my play...
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a giant first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run the counter. Barkley. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
go. Set. 60. Pittsburgh. Get off the field. Let's get it.
On first down, Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Mike, 56, right there.
2nd and 9 now. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action set. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
The numbers for Coleman last week: 17 carries, 71 yards.
They've won 2 straight games. They've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 29, Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins. And Garoppolo, maybe a free play. And he's got it. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 77 yards. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 55 You're not ready. You're not ready.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That's Mike McGlinchey, former first-round pick out of Notre Dame with a penalty. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo hooking up here with Trent Taylor. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. It will be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41.
47's the mic.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense, I got from it, and I think you did as well. They weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. That's complete right around the 8. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Garoppolo again. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kareem Martin came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Here we go, here we go.
Way back at the 17 now after the loss. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily, when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? That's on Kevin Zeitler, acquired in the Odell Beckham trade. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. We'll get this out to Barkley, complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
'49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They run the counter. Swift. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now back to throw. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he'll go down at the 28. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now it's Barkley. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open target here, Darius Slayton. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And Rosas puts this one through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm, throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Garoppolo. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can you do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Garoppolo. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 54 yards away. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon. So apparently, neither guy is immune.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Rosas now to add the PAT. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as it kicks away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here we go. 180.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. He finds Coleman. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Let's go.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. This is Coleman with a grab. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Garoppolo and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Here we go. 180.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Kareem Martin able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Hey,
The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Throwing on second and long. Garoppolo looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him.
Here we go.
Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Here's Garoppolo to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gold is able to put it through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Lamar Jackson, excellent in the victory, as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. 31-6, the final score. Lastly, let's check in at our nation's capital, see what's happening with the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. 28-14 was your final score. In the game you're watching, it was Jimmy Garoppolo, who was brilliant in that first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! 55. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
On first down, Coleman. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Second down, McKinnon, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
Garoppolo now. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 22-yard line.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Alec Ogletree coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, and call it an even 50 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Saquon Barkley running right. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you foul yardage. Barkley. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Here's Gallman. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll run on first down. Swift, they'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. On second down now, Barkley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen,
and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Garoppolo 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. It's Coleman here. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They will run again with Coleman. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Well, there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. There's Dante Pettis as his guys head back out onto the field. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Coleman. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The Niners on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now it's Tate. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. It's a Giant 1st down on a gain of 16. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Face mask. Defense.
Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Gold to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. 23 yards, the final tally. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, They can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A pass there over the middle to start things out. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Looking to throw. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 35. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trent Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Gold with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Okay, ready? 56, right there, 56. Check the out, check the out, check the out.
first down. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Yeah, they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to Slayton. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now back to throw. He's got his man. This is Tate. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On the draw, this is Barkley. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. He'll try to run this one in. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that will get them one closer. So that drives 7th, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the 49er hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On first down, Coleman. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Let's bring it.
This is Coleman. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. That's complete to a speedy wide-out Goodwin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Face mask. Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now then the penalty's got them set up with a 1st and goal.
We got heavy. Everybody scoot.
Well, Garoppolo's going to throw it. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw here. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is Shepard on the catch. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. He'll look to throw.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. D Ford able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for San Francisco, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.